So in Back for Blood, there is 5 different special Ridden enemy types that we have seen this far. Turtle Rock Studios did say they're going to be adding more in the future, but so far in the closed alpha, we've been able to see 5 distinct Ridden so far. These include Hawkers, Bruisers, Wretches, Snitches, and the infamous Ogre. Going down the line, we got the Hawker or Stinger. I've heard some people call this the Spider in online games. This enemy is kind of like the Hunter from Left 4 Dead. It spits at you some type of goo and it sticks you to the ground. The only way to get your friends or teammates unstuck is to melee them. You run up, melee them really quick, and they are unstuck. I haven't seen the Hawker climb on anybody yet and hold them down. I think that would be really neat if they did that. Possibly will happen in the future, but as of right now, the only attack I've seen them do is to stick your teammates to the floor. The Hawker or Stinger's weak spot is its chest. You can see weak spots by the glowing mass on the different types of Ridden. You want to shoot there to do the most damage and to take them out as quick as possible. Next up is the Wretches. This Ridden is an enemy that's kind of like the Spitter, kind of like the Boomer, and it pukes on you. This puke sticks to you, sticks to an area, and kind of attracts the different infected types to the area. Its weak spots, obviously, are the glowing masses on its body, as you can see here. But if you shoot it in the head, it will not explode. When it explodes, it will shoot your character backwards and do damage to you. So you want to go for those headshots. Next up is the Bruiser. I've heard people call this the tall boy because of the trailer. Some people call it the Enderman just because of its height. These are the really tall enemies. They got a club arm. It will do a lot of damage to you. It does a shockwave effect, which is pretty cool. I think this is one of my favorite special Ridden. Obviously, its weak spot is the glowing mass on its arm. You want to shoot there to take it out as quickly as you possibly can. The next special Ridden type I want to talk about is the Snitch. Obviously, it sounds a lot like the Witch, but as with the Snitch, it does not attack your player, as far as I've seen. Now, the Snitch, or as some people call it, the Siren, alerts infected to your area when it is damaged, kind of like the Witch. It makes a loud screeching noise which attracts different infected to your area, and its weak spot, as I seem to know it, is its head. The way I see it is the quickest way to take out the Snitch is to run up with a shotgun and hit it with a blast right to the head and take it out as quickly as possible before more infected come your way. The last special Ridden I wanted to talk about was the Ogre. We've all seen the Ogre in the second chapter of the Evansburg campaign. The Ogre appears at the beginning of the tunnel and starts to chase down your team. The Ogre has a different move set it could use, such as throwing a ball of flesh at you, picking up your team and throwing them, as well as slamming down and hitting you. The Ogre has few weak spots on its chest and its neck, and that's where you want to shoot to get the most damage at the Ogre. You're going to want to use grenades, Molotovs, all the types of explosives you can, and have everybody shoot the Ogre to be able to take him down. Now, there is a group of cards for your deck that you're going to want to use if you're going to want to take down the Ogre, and I'm going to list them here for you. You're going to want these, otherwise it's going to be extremely difficult to defeat the Ogre with your team. So here's a list of the different cards that you're going to want in your deck. Obviously, you can swap these out, but these are the ones that I find are the best for this situation. You're going to want to do extra grenade damage to the Ogre, so you're going to want to start out with that +1 offensive inventory. You'll get to take another frag or another Molotov with you. Sapper, do extra explosive damage plus be 50% resistance to explosive damage. Copper Scavenger, you can sense nearby copper and more copper piles spawn, so you could buy more stuff, gear out your weapons, and as well as buy more bandages and explosives as you need them. Front sight focus for 10% more accuracy. You want Martyr. When you or a teammate becomes incapacitated, your teammate gains 100% damage, plus that 20% reload speed and unlimited ammo for 10 seconds, which is good. So you can swap between your partners, your teammates, going down and getting that 100% damage boost, which is really good for a different strategy if you want to try that out. You get Reckless Strategy, so you get 20% weak spot damage, which is good, and you get negative 5% damage resistance, which is kind of bad, but this all weighs itself out depending on what kind of cards you're pulling. Lucky Duck, whenever your team loots copper, you have 35% chance to find 35% additional copper. Reload Drills is 10% reload speed. Offensive Scavenger, you sense nearby offensive accessories and more offensive accessories spawn. Ridden Slayer, 10% weak spot damage. Trophy Hunter, when you kill a mutation, you gain 10% copper up to 300 per level. And this one actually applies to everyone on your team. AK-47, so this one grants you an AK-47 when you start. AK-47 is a good rifle to be carrying around. Team Health, this card applies to you and your teammates, so everyone gets 10% health. Team Stamina, so this card applies to you and all your teammates, so you get 10% team stamina. And this was really good if your whole team has this deck set out. You can stack these, so that's really good. You can get up to 40% team health and 40% extra team stamina. And obviously Arsenal, you can equip a primary weapon in your secondary slot, so you can pull 2 primary weapons, you know, take them with you. It's always good to have. But like I said, you can swap these out. There's some other decent cards that you can throw in there depending on what you want. But I find these ones work the best for me. So there are all 5 of the different special Ridden in Back 4 Blood. I hope this helps you guys. Leave your tips down below in the comments so you can share them with other players. I hope these weak spot tips help you and you enjoy the game as much as I am. Catch you guys next time. Bye.